This video is brought to you by Andy Gone Nuts. 100% guaranteed fresh coconut water delivered straight to your door. Call 876 309 6128. That's 876 309 6128. Refreshing and affordable. For more information, follow them on Instagram at Andy Gone Nuts. Truly refreshing. And Crumble by Mrs. C. Old English fudge and other delectable sweet treats. Call or WhatsApp 876 586 0471. That's 876 586 0471. This video is brought to you by Starboys Juices. Infusing fruits with sea moss in Philadelphia and New Jersey. Refreshing and nutritious. Call Starboys at 1-267-904-3454. That's 1-267-904-3454. Hey guys, thank you so much for taking your time out to watch this video in particular. But let me give you an update on a channel called Sport City. Yes, Sport City. It is a channel dedicated to everything related to Jamaican sports. Football, cricket, athletics, netball, rugby league, rugby union, tennis, lacrosse, swimming, you name it, we got it on Sports City. And what is the channel designed to do? It is designed to highlight Jamaican talents across all of those sporting disciplines. If you're a Jamaican and you're playing that sport, then we got you covered on Sport City. So it's quite simple, guys. Hit the subscribe button to Sport City right now.
Hi everybody, I'm Darren Moore and you're watching Reggae Boys Commentary.
Good afternoon, everybody. How is everybody doing? I hope you all are doing well. It's the weekend. I'm Simon Preston and welcome to Reggae Boys Commentary. This is the platform where, as you know, for positivity, accuracy, reliability, and credibility. That's what we get right here on this platform. Good afternoon to everybody that's tuned in. And for those in different time zones, it might be good morning or it might be good evening to everybody that are participating, watching this video in particular as well, liking the content. So for everybody that is watching, what I will say is that I'm very, you could say, grateful to see you all in the chat, and for those individuals that have been liking the video, commenting, really and thoroughly appreciate that. Today was quite a day, wasn't it, in relation to our national players? We had Mikel Antonio on the score sheet. That's right, Mikel Antonio scored for West Ham United. Yes, they didn't win. He got a goal, a shot on target, 2 fouls, 1. Mikel Antonio was a key individual. We know that Richard King and Dwayne Atkinson will join IBV in Iceland. Mikel Antonio scored in the week in the Europa League. Well, the UEFA Europa Conference League. He scored against Bournemouth. So he has been finding form at the right time. Last week, Saturday, we had Jamal Lowe with an assist, a key pass, 1 big chance created. So he had an important aspect in things as well in terms of his contribution. Corey Adai played 90 minutes. He also had an assist as well, as Crawley Town basically avoided the drop. Now, what I want to speak about in this video in particular is what lies ahead. And if you guys have your pen or paper out, I encourage you guys as well to take it out as well so that you guys can keep track of things. And the reason why I say this is because of the continuity, the activity, the constant, you could say, solid movement of fixtures. And I say that in relation to all assignments that lie ahead. So in the month of May, we will have the Concacaf Women's Under-20 Championship. That will take place in the Dominican Republic from May 24 to around June 5, thereabouts. And in relation specifically to what comes in June, you know, the Concacaf Gold Cup, that's in June. June to July, that is. That's right, Mr. Galaxy. You did get an assist against Liverpool as well. Lee says, big up, Lee. Hope you're doing good. So that is June to July, the Concacaf under 20, Concacaf Gold Cup, that is. July 20 to August 20 is the FIFA Women's World Cup. September, what you're going to realize is from September to the rest of the year, it's going to be constant busy activity. Let's start with the Reggae Boys. The FIFA windows of September, October, and November will be, that's right, international fixtures in relation to the Concacaf Nations League. Two in September, two in October, two in November. All right. Now, in relation to the girls, September is the Olympic qualifier playoff against Canada. October and November, depending on how they do against Canada, will either be the Concacaf W Gold Cup qualifiers, or it will mean an opportunity to have friendly matches to be played. In relation to other events that lie ahead, the Pan American Games for girls, the boys, CAC, Central American and Caribbean Games. Yes, I have to agree. Yep. Positivity is the best way, and everything falls into place in due time. You know what I'm saying? So that's exactly what I'll say there. And that's exactly what we should be mindful about. And that's exactly what we should be putting into place, you know? So why is it that I'm stressing this? Well, if you tally all the games that the boys and girls are supposed to play from now until the rest of the calendar year, we're talking about, and it could be cumulatively 30 games. 30 games for the rest of this calendar year. And we're talking about senior men, senior women, under 20 women. We're talking about under 21 for CAC. We're talking about the Pan Am Games. You know what I'm saying? So for the rest of this calendar year, we're talking about more opportunities. We're talking about ample preparation. One, for the boys, the Gold Cup will take center stage, and then after the Gold Cup is the Concacaf Nations League. As we know, the Concacaf Nations League serves as a qualifier for the Copa America. Now, on the girls' side of things, the World Cup takes the priority this calendar year. Not that other events don't, but the World Cup is like the spotlight, you could say, the biggest event that they'll play in this calendar year. The Olympic qualifier, huge, because when you're bearing in mind that winning that on aggregate means Jamaica qualifies for the Olympics, something that would be historic and the first time ever in football to be done. The Pan American Games will also follow as well. Jamaica won a game at the last Pan Am Games in Lima, Peru, and now in 2023 in Santiago, Chile, we're certainly looking to do the same as well. And the Pan Am Games will certainly put the team in good stead. Why? Because it serves, you could say, as preparation for the Concacaf W Gold Cup. And the Concacaf W Gold Cup is set for February next year. And this is the first edition of the Concacaf W Gold Cup. This is the first ever Women's Gold Cup. And it will also feature South American teams taking part as well. So this in itself is a reason to be saying, wow. And we know what 2024 has in store. And to be quite frank with you, it was quite recently, there was a video, and I know you guys would be able to reflect on it quite vividly as well. When you look specifically over the next few years, just count with me for a moment. 2023, right, is the Gold Cup, right? 2024, Copa America. 2025, Gold Cup. 2026, World Cup. 2027, Gold Cup. 2028, Olympics. 2029, Gold Cup. Why am I holding up 7 fingers? I'm holding up 7 fingers because starting this year and for the next 7 years, a tournament will be hosted within the United States. A football tournament will be hosted in the United States for the next 7 years. Again, I repeat, the Gold Cup this summer, next summer the Copa America, Gold Cup 2025, World Cup 2026, 2027 Gold Cup, the Summer Olympics 2028 in LA, and of course Gold Cup 2029. That's 7 events in the United States of America over the next 7 years. Jamaica, one of the closest countries in the world to the United States, bar Canada, Mexico, Cuba. You see what I'm saying? Bahamas. What does this all tell you? A number of things. One, a grand opportunity in relation for the diaspora to really merge, build, and grow in their support. Why can't there be a Jamaican Supporters Club of Florida, or Jamaica United in New York, or Jamaica United in California? There is a Jamaican Diaspora Association that is located in San Diego, and there's also a Jamaica Diaspora Association located in Maryland as well. I think that these Jamaican Diaspora Associations that lie within the United States need to collaborate together with different projects. Even if whatever activity is taking place outside of the state that they're currently living in, I do think that they can make phone calls and be able to communicate with Jamaicans that are in those states where Jamaica will play matches, so they can arrange affairs and pool the resources needed to be able to give Jamaica the best support in relation to the 12th man. Because let's not forget, it was the 12th man that helped us to get to 1998. Remember, we were the only team that didn't concede a single goal in World Cup qualifying. The only team that didn't concede a single goal in World Cup qualifying. Clean sheets in every home game in the World Cup qualifiers. The only other time that this was done, was the 2010 World Cup qualifying cycle. Those are the two World Cup qualifying cycles where Jamaica didn't concede a single goal at home. Formidable, isn't it? Yeah, quite a special one to reflect upon. So, Gold Cup 2023. The Jamaicans in Illinois, Jamaicans in Missouri, Jamaicans in California, Jamaicans in Ohio. Those 4 states, people need to get together, right? Everybody need to get together on that front immediately. In relation to the Copa America 2024, that is still something that, in terms of specific venues in the United States, that's still something that needs to be mapped about. Now, in relation to the World Cup for 2026, the Jamaican diaspora that lies firstly in the north, Canada, Toronto, and by a wider extension, Ontario, the Jamaica Ontario Association, and also the Jamaican British Columbia Association, because the games will be in Vancouver as well, need to start communication right now. Whether or not Jamaica has a game in Canada for the World Cup, we need to have a conversation. The Jamaicans that live within the United States also need a conversation. So the 12th man needs to happen. And preparation leads to success. So if you prepare in advance and put all the things in place, everything falls into place in time. So these respective associations certainly have a role to play. The Jamaica Maryland Association is a wonderful association. They take care of the Jamaicans quite well in all sporting disciplines. When Jamaica has any match, event, tournament, any sporting event where Jamaica is in, Maryland in particular, they do a fantastic job. They did a great job with Jamaica's women's lacrosse team last year in Towson, and they were briefly in Silver Springs as well. They did a great job. So it's now for them to ensure that they'll be able to follow up on this. Jamaica's games would have a game in Cincinnati, Ohio in the quarterfinals. You see what I'm saying? So this is something that we have to bear in mind, something that we have to focus in on. You know what I'm saying? So something that cannot be ignored. So the different diaspora associations that lie within the United States and lie within Canada are important. Very much so. And I know many people have been asking about Mexico. And right now, there's a total of roughly 509 Jamaicans that live in Mexico. And Jamaica-Mexico relations have been around for a long time, quite some time. Jamaica has had good relationships with Mexico. With a Jamaican passport, you don't need a visa to go to Mexico. So that's something that you all can be mindful of and be aware about. Jamaica has an embassy in Mexico City, Mexico the same as well, and also, believe it or not, there's also a Jamaica metro station that is located in Mexico. So as in, there's a stop on the metro station that is called Jamaica. It's called Jamaica Metro Station, or in Mexican, Jamaica Metro Station. I'll give you another example. You have Jamaica 179th Street Station, and that is located in the New York City subway. You see what I'm saying there? When you go to Merseyside, right, you have a place called Jamaica Street in Merseyside, specifically in Liverpool. Jamaica Street. You see the impact? Jamaica Street. So that just shows you everything in relation to the impact that Jamaica has had on the world and will continue to have. Imagine what will continue to happen, because the future is bright tremendously. When you look at the wide array of talent that lies on the island, in Europe, in North America, you can only smile. And the point of this video is quite simple. I want you all to be ready, prepared, and put all focus and energy towards positive things. So this summer, you give your moral support to the team. Again, my fellow Jamaicans that live within the United States, you find your way to Soldier Field in Chicago. You find your way to City Park Stadium in St. Louis, Missouri. You find your way to the Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California. You find your way to Cincinnati, Ohio. You find your way to San Diego, California. And you find your way to the final in Inglewood, California. These are opportunities. And the same for the girls as well. There's the World Cup, and after the World Cup, you know what follows? Yep, the Olympic qualifiers. And you know what happens in the Olympic qualifiers? Jamaica hosts the first leg, and the second leg is in Canada. My understanding is that it's in Toronto. That's my understanding, that it is in Ontario. So for everybody's aware, it is in Ontario, so that everybody can see everything that takes place. So with all of that being said, that's something that I want everyone to be fully aware about and put all the plans in motion. Positive thinking. Positive thinking. That's what's needed. Positive thinking. That's what's needed. IT Push said, Jamaica Boulevard in Trinidad. Look at that. Again, to everybody that has tuned in, I encourage you. I encourage you to hit the like button, and after you hit the like button, you hit the subscribe button. Okay, guys? Really appreciate it. Thank you to everybody that has been able to tune in for the last 19 going on 20 minutes. Truly grateful to every single one of you guys to be able to do that. Very much so. Yeah. You got an assignment. Oh, Drew Spence. Well, you're already in Canada, right, Mr. Galaxy? And BMO Field is not far from you. It's actually not far from you. But somebody like you that lives or that goes to that's in Waterloo, you know, I would have to say in terms of like distance between University of Waterloo to BMO Field, in a car, that's about an hour and 20, roughly, hour and 20 minutes. Give or take traffic, you might be there in an hour, 45 minutes. It's worth it, isn't it? isn't it? Very much so. Grateful to everybody that has been able to tune in this afternoon in terms of comments, in terms of likes. Very much happy for you guys to be able to tune in. I am gratefully appreciative of everybody within the watching this video in particular. If you haven't already, hit the like button. I hope this video helps you to understand what lies ahead. Because everybody needs to be singing from the same hymn sheet. Everybody has to be singing from the same hymn sheet. Because that is how we're going to be successful. That is exactly how things are going to move smoothly. Gold Cup, Nations League, Copa America, Nations League, Gold Cup, World qualifying sandwich in between all of that, and the World Cup in 2026. That in itself is something for you to be mindful of. Okay? So hopefully you're fully aware and abreast of things. So everything falls into place in time. And I'm glad that you guys were able to watch this video. Okay, guys? Thank you. Very grateful. Meditate on it. Because sometimes when we make decisions, sometimes we're in a haste when we make decisions. But when we meditate on them, it means that we take time to think about it and see how we can apply the counsel, the principle, or the discipline in our daily life. And if we do that, it can help us to make wise decisions. Wise decisions in life. Yes, Yardy B. I did speak about the CAC, which would be a youth tournament for men. I did mention the under 20 girls, So that is something that I did mention about, So that is something that I did. So yeah, it was something I spoke about. More Gold Cup information will come your way soon. So that's something that you guys can be mindful about and make preparations towards. But things are happening. Things are happening. So don't worry. Okay? Okay, guys? Like I said, nothing happens before its time, and everything falls into place in time. Simply put. Okay? Okay, guys. Be safe. More content to come. Stay tuned for more. Okay?
This video is brought to you by Andy Gone Nuts. 100% guaranteed fresh coconut water delivered straight to your door. Call 876-309-6128. That's 876-309-6128. Refreshing and affordable. For more information, follow them on Instagram at Andy Gone Nuts. Truly refreshing. And Crumble by Mrs. C. Old English fudge and other delectable sweet treats. Call or WhatsApp 876-586-0471. That's 876-586-0471. This video is brought to you by Starboys Juices. Infusing fruits with sea moss in Philadelphia and New Jersey. Refreshing and nutritious. Call Starboys at 1-267-904-3454. That's 1-267-904-3454.
Hi, my name's Lee Williamson. Subscribe to Reggae Boys Commentary. Hi, my name is Joby McAnuff. Subscribe to Reggae Boys Commentary.
I'm Javon Watson, and you're watching Reggae Boys Commentary.